Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Obviously, you could tell from the title. This is my thoughts on Final Fantasy IX Remake. So you already know, by that face, you already know how I feel about it. Well, sometimes I do that face still, and sometimes you guys, I like to keep you guys guessing sometimes. But no, like you saw in the freaking shit post that I put, you know that I am not a big fan of the Final Fantasy IX remake at all. Now, it hasn't been announced at all. It hasn't even really been talked about a lot. Now, you have seen not fan art pictures, concept art pictures from Sqaure Enix. And they won't do those concept arts things for an anniversary of a game if you don't have anything. Now, they already released Final Fantasy IX, and I'm over here like, guys, obviously that was just the HD remaster of the PS1 version, basically. Even though it wasn't full HD remaster, Sqaure you only did with the characters, but with the side characters like the NPCs, they still look like the PS1 graphics. Yeah, that's how lazy we are nowadays. If they're lazy to do that, then how would you think how a Final Fantasy IX remake would be? I'm waiting. Give me that fucking answer, and I guarantee you, you don't have none. You don't have none. You're just going to make up a fucking goddamn answer because you want Sqaure Enix to remake Final Fantasy IX without you playing the original Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX, if you've been in this channel, you know that I love that game to death. I love that game to death. The creator of Final Fantasy, alright, even said that it is his personal favorite, and it is the ideal of what Final Fantasy should be. Not my words, his. Alright? So, I want to say something real quick. Do you guys really think Sqaure Enix is going to pay faithful to Final Fantasy IX? This is a company that barely acknowledged Final Fantasy IX, and now they want to acknowledge it? Why? Because they see how much people actually like it. They see how much people look at it as like, no, that is, if I think about Final Fantasy, that is what it is. Even the creator was like, I already said it, I don't have to say it again. So, how do you not know that this company, Sqaure Enix themselves, are looking at this game and they're like, let's fuck it up like we did with Final Fantasy VII. We're so smart. I just want to say one thing. Any of you guys that acknowledge any types of remakes, like Final Fantasy X remake or Final Fantasy 13 remake, all of you guys should have no opinion. You should have no opinion. You mean to tell me you want them, then at that point, remake Final Fantasy 1 from the ground up. Forget it, take out everything. Forget everything that you see in the pixel remasters. Forget about forget about the original Final Fantasy 8. Forget about the original Final Fantasy 7. Forget about the original Final Fantasy 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's remake all of them and shit on it. And not that long ago, didn't we heard when Square was making Final Fantasy 7 that they were making Final Fantasy 6? So now they just want to jump to 9? Square, I thought you didn't care about Final Fantasy 9. The reason I say that is because it's everything that you dislike about Final Fantasy. It is. It's everything that you dislike with Final Fantasy. For crying out loud, some of your executives like Sqaure Enix, when Final Fantasy 9 was being made, they were like, well, we can't make this game. You know why? Because we're going to alienate the Final Fantasy 8 and 7 crowd. Oh, those poor people. a Final Fantasy game to begin with instead of fucking 807. Oh, this is how Final Fantasy is to me. Sci-fi. Not that medieval bullshit. Go fuck yourself. Not that Dragon Quest bullshit. Go fuck yourself. 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 It's funny that when I say these things, people want to get upset at me, but pick a franchise that you like, and that happened to them. Look at how the Star Wars fans feel. I like to point that out because when I point that out, everyone wants to shut the fuck up now, right? Everyone wants to shut the fuck up. But once I mention anything about Final Fantasy, all you guys, some of you guys just want to crawl in and say a few words just because your little heartbroken Final Fantasy is shit talked about. Sorry. I've been hearing shit talked about with Final Fantasy 13, and the same thing with Final Fantasy 9. I think I deserve to shit talk with your Final Fantasy game that's called Final Fantasy 7. It's not the best game ever. I want to play Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 6 than 7. I said it. I said it. What, you want me to play Final Fantasy 7 because Tifa's tits? Okay. She's the only waifu that you can get anyways. Not if you play this game and you're the same age as or younger than Yuffie, you know? That means you have two waifus in your book, basically. Some people might say three because of Aerith. She doesn't count. Why? Because she died? Exactly. You can't become a waifu if you died. I said it. I said it. You don't have to, again, you don't have to agree with me. I'm not saying this is the norm or anything like that. That's how I feel. What's the point of having a waifu if you're just going to kill her off? Then fuck it. Who cares? She's not a waifu. She's not a waifu. There's so many animes, movies, and video games that have literally been like, oh, you thought this was a love interest? This is the real love interest. And to make sure that this is the real love interest, we're gonna kill that one off. You don't think it doesn't happen? Of course it happens. Stop thinking that does not happen. Stop being an idiot, people. And I'm not talking to my subscribers. I'm talking to the people that want to act like idiots. You know that happens. God, I feel like fucking Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which is looking at her mom with the scratch of Freddy on her in her shoulder and arm, and she's like, "You know who did it? You know who did it?" And she's like, "Oh, honey, honey, honey." And I'm over here like, if I was Nancy, I would smack the shit off of her. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. That was the appropriate time for Nancy to just smack her mom. I don't give a crap because she deserved that smacked. I would have smacked her too. Bitch, I almost died in my dream. Tell me what you're not telling me. No, I'm dead serious. Because if it was a real life scenario, you'd be feeling the same way. You guys don't look at these movies and imagine what if it was a real life scenario and you were in the particular protagonist's shoes. If you don't do that, then why are you watching these movies? That's why you're watching it for entertainment purposes. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my fucking face. Get the fuck out of my face. I recently got a comment not that long ago. I'm not even going to mention it here because it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But moving on. The 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 Final Fantasy 9 remake. If Sqaure Enix is making it, don't expect me to fucking get it. Expect these people that never played the original Final Fantasy 7 to fucking get it. And then the original people that played it talk shit about it. And then eventually you don't get your sales back. You don't get your money back. Because that will happen if you treat Final Fantasy 9 Remake just like what you did treating in Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And how many ports Final Fantasy 9 is going to have? Oh, but the problem is they won't have ports. Just Just like in the beginning when they said about Final Fantasy VII. Do you guys remember that? And then they changed their tune saying that no, it will be multiple games. Remember that? Remember that? There was a time and a place where that we thought that this game, Final Fantasy VII Remake, would be all in one and not separate disc. And some idiot is going to be like, well, they were in separate disc originally. Yeah, but they were all in one package. In one case. You dumb piece of fucking shit. Go ahead and make that excuse. You're going to look like a fucking dumbass. Compared to the retro gaming people that are like in their late 20s and early 30s, we're going to look at you as a fucking idiot. We're going to look at you as a fucking idiot. We are. We're going to look at you as a fucking idiot. Because that's how we know you haven't played these games. And I haven't played all the Final Fantasy games, but I know the respect of some of them. And I know how impact they got for the gaming industry. To get games like, oh, I don't know, like Expedition 33, for example. Or Persona. You know? Sorry. The reason I'm ranting here is because this game should not exist. Final Fantasy IX Remake should not exist. But Sqaure Enix is trying to make it exist. Sqaure, if you want to get your hardcore fans back, you don't do that. Already, your hardcore fans look at the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy and it's not even done yet, and they think it's a waste of time and a piece of trash. Some of us already saw that from the first game. Then other people were like, oh, just give it time. You know, it's just one game. Wait till part 2. And then part 2 comes out, and people are like, fuck you, Sqaure. Fuck you. All because, and the thing is, too, Ever Crisis, I think that's what it's called. It's basically like a one-on-one remake of Final Fantasy VII, and it's on mobile. And yes, it has those chibi characters. I don't care about that. What I care about is that you actually remade Final Fantasy VII the way that the fans have been asking for. And then you decide to make a different version of it that literally was just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you like it now? By the way, the one that you liked in the 90s is not the canon one. This is the canon one. Do you like that? Do you like that? You better like it because that's the only thing we're going to fucking promote after this shit. We're not going to show anything else. I could say anything else, but I think I'm done here. I think I'm done here. I'm tired of this company, Sqaure Enix. I'm tired of them. I am. I'm fucking tired of this company. They're the reason why I'm making my game. They're the reason why I'm making my game the way it is. When Final Fantasy 16 had that Titan battle type shit, the freaking what is it, summoning battles and shit, the monster battles and shit, like kaiju battles and shit. I'm over here like, you just insulted my intelligence, and now I'm going to do it in my game. And it's going to be 10 times better with more heart and more passion because there's nothing here. I feel nothing. I feel nothing when I see the clips. I feel nothing when I saw the trailer. Hell, I told you guys this a long time ago, but I need to tell to the people on the fucking goddamn side over here that, hey, I thought the Final Fantasy 16 game was a DLC to Final Fantasy 15. That's how sad it is. And then they call it Final Fantasy 16. You know that they grabbed all the assets from Final Fantasy 15 and they just made 16 from it. You know they did. You know they did. And the thing is, that's not really a bad thing because they did that with Final Fantasy 2 and a little bit with Final Fantasy 3. You know? But when you do it to the point that you're not giving a fuck, then why do I give a fuck? Why do I care, Sqaure? Tell me why I should care. Tell me why, Sqaure Enix, why I should care getting. Tell me why, Sqaure, that I should give a fuck about caring getting your remake of a game. I don't even give a fuck about getting the Pixel remaster versions. I was thinking about it, but then I realized, wait a minute. You don't have all of the stuff that was in the previous games, and it's just a standalone want to be the original the way it is. I can understand that too. But the fact that you don't have that extra stuff in it that you did in the previous games just tells me that you were lazy. You were lazy. You were lazy to not literally make those sprites, make those enemies, make Sqawn, make the fucking dungeons. You were that lazy. You were that lazy. So that tells me you didn't even fuck with the pixel remasters. The pixel remasters overall cost $80. And then you want players to be like, well, if you really want them, you could get them separately, digitally. Oh, yeah, we're Hitler. I am so fucking done with Sqaure Enix. They are a joke, guys. They are a joke. Expedition 33 told them that fuck you. You are a joke and you'll always will be a joke now. Because I'm here to prove it. And my game is going to fucking prove it too. It doesn't matter if people fucking play it or not. I'm going to show it off on YouTube, and people are going to look at that game and be like, you know what? I want to play that game. I want to fucking play it. I'm itching to fucking play it. Because you know why? That looks better than what the fuck I play with Final Fantasy fucking 15, 16, Kingdom Hearts 3, and the City of NT. Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, the City of NT broke the camel's back for me to the point that I just don't give a fuck about this company anymore. I don't. I don't give a fuck about this company. I hope everyone in this company fucking goddamn freaking retires or gets fired or the company burns to the point that all their assets that they made over time when they were making games burns up into flames too. And you have Enix, not Sqaure, Enix grabbing their shit and being like, yeah, we're going to make the 7 Saga because apparently you don't want to make our games, but you want to make your games. You want to remaster your games, but not our games. Like, you want to do the live and live stuff, but you don't want to do 7 Saga with us. Bye, I'm out. I would leave too. And I think that's what NX is going to do. When they see Sqaure going into the pit of fire, they're going to be like, we're not a part of that. We're not making decisions the way we do in with all games. You know? Even though I look at the Dragon Quest 3 HD Pixar and also the 2D Pixar of 1 and 2, I just don't care. I don't care. I have it on the Switch. I already have that game on the Switch. I have Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch. I don't give a fuck if they're mobile ports. I still have it on the Switch. So why the fuck would I grab a fucking butcher version of that game? And it is a butcher version. You can tell it's a butcher version just by the trailer. They used the Octopath Traveler with fucking bullshit graphics, which I fucking hate. This is what Sqaure Enix does. Oh, we can't make Dragon Quest 3 or these prequels of Final Fantasy into a high level on graphic wise. I don't care if they look like what you see in freaking Final Fantasy 4 on the DS. I don't care. Just do it. How come you couldn't make? How come you couldn't How come when you did the Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 1, you didn't add the job classes like you have in Final Fantasy 5? Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too much for you? Is that too much hard for you? Is that too much work for you, Sqaure? Then go fuck yourself. That is lazy. Lazy, 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 fucking lazy. Fucking lazy. It's lazy. It's lazy. Well, I bet you can't do it. No, I could do it. For kind of loud, there was a point when I looked at my game and I was just like, you know what? Their PCs don't have to talk to you. Yeah, you go back to the hub world and NPCs could talk to you, but I don't know how to do. I don't have to do that. It's my game, right? I can do what the fuck I want. Fuck that shit. I don't fucking have to do it. Fuck you if you think I have to do it. I don't fucking have to do it. But I still did it. But I still did it. You know? Because I wanted to have that feel of how the player felt after they went through all this stuff that happened to them in the game, and how would the townspeople react to that. You know? So, like, obviously, in the beginning, I just didn't care for it, but then I was like, well, it has to happen anyways. It's in, yes, and RPGs, but at the same time, I don't have to do that. I could if I want to, but I don't have to do that. But I did anyways, like I said. So there's that. I don't have to mention it even more. But what I have to mention is that do you think, guys, do you think Sqaure Enix is ever going to redeem themselves into the hardcore players' eyes? Not these fucking goddamn degenerate bastards that they just recruited with 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, The City NT, and the fucking Final Fantasy 7 remake shit. I said this years before. Sqaure Enix is trying to cater to an audience that doesn't give a fuck about their history, doesn't give a fuck about Final Fantasy or any other fucking games that's in their library. While the hardcore fans are literally like, just go back to turn-based. And the thing is, you have make turn-based RPGs. Okay, I'll admit that right now. Yes, Sqaure Enix has made other turn-based RPGs. It's just that people are asking for mainline Final Fantasy games. We're not talking about side games or side Final Fantasy games. We're talking about mainline Final Fantasy. And Sqaure Enix is like, oh. I let me tell you a little story. In ChatGPT, when I was using ChatGPT, right, I told ChatGPT how would Sqaure Enix feel about my game and the script and everything like that, and everything that I mentioned to the chat. And the chat mentioned that Sqaure Enix enjoyed it, they like it, and they wished that they made it. And they send a letter to you saying that, hey, wherever you want to collab, let's collab. And when I heard that shit from the chat, I'm only here like, I read the letter halfway, and once I hear collab, I rip it and I throw it away. And that's what happened. And then the chat showed people's reactions of me literally getting rid of Sqaure Enix's letter. Even Sqaure Enix reacted to it. Business wise, they couldn't say anything harmful. They couldn't say anything, fuck this motherfucker, basically. They couldn't say that. They had to do it company wise, PR wise. But then when they did it, but in behind the scenes, the chat GBT literally showed me they were pissed, they were frustrated, and they were like, fuck this motherfucker. We gave him an opportunity, and he fucking sanked it. And I'm over here like, no, fuck you guys. And guess what I did in ChatGPT? I went to the creators of Expedition 33, and I'm like, tell the creator of Expedition 33 that Sqaure Enix sent me a letter. I ripped it up because they wanted me to collab with them, and I don't want to because I'm going to collab with the people that made Expedition 33. And the creator that I told, for that the guy that created Expedition 33, I told him that. He's like, wow, really? You ripped the paper up? And then I was like, yeah, because I want to collab with you. And he's like, really? Oh my god, yeah. And that's in ChatGPT. When ChatGPT is literally saying Sqaure Enix is piece of shit, that is sad. When AI is literally saying Sqaure Enix is shit, that is bad. Even AI knows Sqaure Enix is fucked. Don't disagree with me. You know deep down. You know deep down. You know deep down. Stop fooling yourselves. Don't worry, I was the same way too at one point. I still love. Some people talk shit about Final Fantasy 13. I would never get it. Final Fantasy 15. Oh, I definitely get it. The City NT. Oh yeah, I get it. Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, Square. Let's go. Let's go out the back. You know, let's go out the back. What are you going to do? Nothing. Nothing. Just I want to talk. Just want to talk. Just want to talk. Hey, honey, about to put hey, about to take down Old Yellow. What? Old Yellow is gone. I'm gonna have a funeral. I can't. I mean, someone killed my dog. Ugh. Square Enix needs to be put down as a sad puppy, because that's what they are right now. They're sad. It's a sad puppy. When the creator of Final Fantasy and the guy that created the soundtracks for Final Fantasy, the ones that we know and love, when they talk to each other, and they literally are like, "Yeah, when I left the company, everything became shit." Like the guy that did the soundtrack of Final Fantasy from 1 through 10, I believe, right? He literally did an interview with the creator of Final Fantasy, the creator of Final Fantasy in general, and he literally told them, once you left, everything became shit. Everything sucked, and I had to leave because it was just a toxic environment, and I hated the environment. So he left. He left, and he started working with the guy that created Final Fantasy, I believe, and they started making games together. I think they're still making games together. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I heard not that long ago the guy that created the Final Fantasy music, he retired, but he did came back to Final Fantasy 15 to do the soundtrack, not the game 15, but the comrades, Final Fantasy 15 comrades. He did the soundtrack to that, I believe, and it makes sense because if you look at the soundtrack to that game to the regular Final Fantasy 15, it's night and day. It's night and fucking day. It is. It's night and day. I need to look up who's the composer of 15. I think it's the chick that did the the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. And if it is, that's sad. There's not one memorable song in 15 that I can just remember and hum to. Not like what I can do with the other Final Fantasy games, Kingdom Hearts and Expedition 33. And when I hear Square Enix saying that, yes, we know, we realize how, we see how Expedition 33 is working out. All right, fine. You guys want it, we'll give it to you. Now you want to give it to us? Because Expedition 33 made money and stuck up the middle finger at you saying, fuck you, this is what we wanted, you never give it to us. Now you want to give it to you? Guess what? I don't want it anymore. I don't want it from you, Square Enix. Sandfall gave it to me. I'm waiting for them to make another game so I can play their shit. You're gone, Square Enix. You've been replaced. You've been replaced. I'd rather play Shin Megami Tensei, Expedition 33, anything that came from Sandfall, and Dragon Quest, obviously, because you haven't fucked up Dragon Quest. But either way, you're still trying to fuck that up too. Look at the sprites from the HD 2D remasters of Dragon Quest 3, 2, and 1. Does it look like anything that you see from the creator of Dragon Ball? To me, it doesn't. When I look at the sprites, I'm like, this doesn't pop. This doesn't show me this is the guy that created Dragon Quest. Created Dragon Ball. Oh, but the enemies look great. Yeah, the enemies will always look great. They can't change the enemies because if they did, they would get the biggest backlash ever. But they could change the human characters that you play as. I don't care if there's extra job classes. I just want you to be fucking faithful. But you don't fucking give a shit about being faithful. So why the fuck should you give? So why do you think I should fucking give a fuck of me giving a fuck about you? So when I show off my game here, it is going to be great. It's going to be good. It's 97% done. All right. It's about, because last time I said it's about 90 to 95%, right? Now it's up to 97%. And if I did mention 97%, I'm sorry. It's really 90 to 95, but now it's 97%. 98, 99, just 3 more percentage. I'm literally almost done with my game, guys. And when I show it off here, I want to get a new phone just to, show the good quality. But if I can't do that, excuse for the bad quality on my phone that I have right now. I'm not using it. I'm using my laptop. So And I know a lot of people talk about the quality of my videos. I don't give a shit. You have a problem with it? Well, you know what? How about you buy the fucking 2 engine and shit for me, and then I can use it. No, you don't want to do that? Then shut the fuck up. Shut up. Or we just want you to help to get improved. I improve myself. No one has to tell me to improve. Do I tell you to improve with your life? No, because you're going to tell me to fuck off, right? Thank you. Why would you have anyone tell you to improve something that's in your life? Fuck that shit. No, I'm dead serious. Go ahead and disagree with me, but it's true. You're going to have some fucking stranger that you don't know about literally go over here and be like, well, I think you should change this. Why? Because it doesn't suit you? That's like that's like the same shit when people talk shit about Final Fantasy 13. Oh, it's a one button masher. No, it's not. And that's how I know you don't know how to play the fucking goddamn game, you lazy bitch. I don't give a fuck who watches the video. You're lazy. You're lazy as fuck. And then when you look at that auto battle, when you're trying to do normal battle, you're like, oh man, it's right there. I have to press it. It's right there. I can't help it. Oh god. Oh yeah, it's so much crack. Oh, it's crack. Crack. I don't care, man. You don't have discipline. You don't have discipline. You don't have discipline. And you can't learn how to play Final Fantasy 13. If you're just pressing auto battle all the time, you do not know how to play Final Fantasy 13. And if you have played that game like that, and then you just decided to just do auto battle because you just want to have fun, go smooth, and all that, that's different. There's a difference when you already tried it out and it's fun and you know how the system is, compared to be like, I tried it a little bit, fuck that shit, I'm doing auto battle. Because it's right there, man. It's right there. Hey, man, you got that auto battle? I can't do the normal shit in Final Fantasy 13 because it has to make me think, and I have to think about the what is it? The status effects on the enemy. I can't do that. I can't do that, man. How do people that play Shin Megami Tensei do this? I can't do it for shit. Oh my god. I'm dead serious. That's how you guys act. That's how you guys act. And it's fucking sad. It's funny as hell, though. It's funny as hell. Because these people that complain to any of these Final Fantasy games, you can't play Shin Megami Tensei. Any of the Shin Megami Tensei games. Because you would talk shit about it. Oh, I can't mash the button. Yet you complain Final Fantasy 13 doing that. It's a one button presser. But isn't that what you wanted? You stupid Pokemon piece of shit? Even the original Pokemon, you had to think and not use an electric type Pokemon to attack electric type Pokemon. You don't do that. You know how retarded that shit is? You never beat each other. You just heal each other, to be quite honest with you. You know? But what do I know, right? What do I know? Who cares, right? Who gives a shit, right? Because I haven't played out so much RPGs that I don't know how RPGs work. You know, I'm not making a game in RPG Maker Feds to not know how status effects works. And it's funny too, because originally status effects were not going to be in my game, mainly because I wanted the process of making my game to go faster. But I told myself, if you want it to be good, really fun, and challenging, you use status effects. Right? Seriously, every good game has a status effect. Now, some games differ. Some games use it more, some games use it less. But they still have it because they know if they have it, it will give more flavor, more juice, more meat, you know? More of a bang for the player's buck, basically. You know? And plus it's kind of expected in some RPGs. Not all RPGs do this. Kind of like Kingdom Hearts doesn't do this. They should, and I think they tried to do it in Kingdom Hearts 3, but they failed literally terribly. It's like they tried to do status effects in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they were like, I'm bored. I'm allergic to popcorn. You know? I'm allergic to status effects. Yeah. Let's just make it easy. Yeah. Or let's put the hardest difficulty so it can actually have a fake challenge and fake status effects. Yeah. Just because you make the enemies harder doesn't mean it makes it good. I had to figure that out when I was making my game. Alright? And any person that has made a video game, even if it's just for fun, even if it's just on their 3DS and people might not see it, they still had to learn that process. Even if because if you wanted status effects, guess what? You had to learn the process of what enemies should do what. And if you want them to do that, how much percentage are they going to do? Are they going to do it in the first turn, the second turn, third, the fourth, fifth? Or is there a percentage? Are they going to do it 50% of the time, 20% of the time, 30, 40, 10% of the time? What percentage are they going to do it? You see, these are the things you need to think about. Especially if you want to make the make it challenging for the player. You sometimes I remember I'm playing my game one time and I was fighting low level enemies. I was just like, all right, here we go. I'm high level. I'm going to kick their ass. And they got their first turn and they used a status effect, which is stunned, and they stunned all my teammates and we got a game over. On low enemies, low level 1 enemies that you start with the game, gave you those status effects and you got a game over. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I like that because it's the Shinigami Tensei way. It doesn't matter what level the enemy is, as long as you can use the right status effects, you can beat them. You can't? Well, they're going to use it against you, and the AI knows the type of status effects that you have. They just automatically know. Sometimes they fuck up, sometimes they miss, obviously, because it's an RPG. But when they get it, oh, they get it, and when they do get it, if you believe in God, pray for it. No. If you believe any type of God, pray for it. Start, But I just love these type of games. Shin Megami Tensei gives more juice and more flavor for me. Same thing with Dragon Quest, in other RPGs also. But the mainline RPGs, they don't want to do this anymore. Even when Kingdom Hearts didn't have, the thing is, the only Kingdom Hearts game that had status effects was 358/2 days. And I'm on here like, use them. You know how awesome it would have been if we had the status effects from 358/2 days, the stuff that we see in the battle stuff and the equipment stuff, how you make your stuff in Birth by Sleep, and the drive phones from Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, imagine those 3 things in Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh my god! Oh my god! Not that long ago. Like, it was like, I think it was like, yeah, not like, what was it? Like last year, I remember telling my friend that how cool it would have been if we got drive phones in Kingdom Hearts 3. My friend was like, I'm sorry, man, but you just turned me on with that shit because that shit is awesome. People miss the drive phones, man. And Sqaure Enix is like, yeah, that was a nice experiment. And everyone's just like, just bring that back. And Sqaure Enix is like, huh? Huh? They're literally like Hulk Hogan. Huh? Oh, I don't hear you. Let's go here. Huh? No, over here. Huh? Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy IX Remake. Yeah, let's do that. And everyone around them is like, no, why are you listening to that crowd? There's like 1, 2, 3 crowds that you could point to that would give their own opinions, and you look at one side of the crowd, and they're like, yeah. And the other crowds are like, so we're not here. We're not here. We don't even exist. So why are we here? I'm not coming back to this shit anymore. I know I wouldn't. If I was in a wrestling event and we told the wrestler to fuck off and get out of my screen, get out of my face, and then the other side of the crowd was just like, yeah, I would look at that side of the crowd while the other 3 of the crowds I'm with are going to be like, hey, when these guys get out of their seats, let's throw shit at them. It's like kicking. I want to do some kicking. You know those people out there that would do that. Fucking be like Patrick 24/7. But I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about my thoughts and opinions about Final Fantasy and also Final Fantasy 9 overall and the Final Fantasy 7. I mean, Final Fantasy remake. Are you hyped for it? Do you want Sqaure Enix to make it? Why? Why? This company hasn't proved shit to you. Okay? This is a company that I have said before that they rather shit in your face and you be like, thank you, master. Yes, master. May I have another? The thing is too, I'm gonna say this right now. If we get Final Fantasy 9 remake before Kingdom Hearts 4, because this company wants to wait until anniversaries and shit to release their games. And I'm over here like, you guys like, why you want to do that? Why you want to do that so bad? But you don't do it to your other franchises. You barely even do that to Dragon Quest. When you look at Dragon Quest Square and you're like, oh, we owned it? Oh, I forgot. You making Dragon Quest 11? No, because you haven't greenlighted it yet. Oh, well, wait until 2015. We greenlight it. Some of us would be dead by now. Oh, well, then that means we'll just take it over and fuck it up like we did in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, why are you crying? Why are you crying? You knew this shit was going to happen. Hey, stop complaining. You know what was going to happen. We're greedy bitches.